So one of these supportive methods, it's called the ABCs of self-coaching. And it goes like this. I'm going to give you an example of a few years ago, I traveled to Vietnam to give a talk for the American Institute of Medical Education. And we started out in Thailand. We went to then Saigon, to Hue, and then we were in Hanoi. It's the last day of the trip. And I am on the street bargaining for a duffel bag because I'd bought so much stuff along the way that I needed a duffel bag to put all my stuff in to bring home for gifts and so on. So I'm on the street and I'm bargaining and I finally get this duffel bag and I'm so excited and I turn around to get my camera and it's been stolen from my backpack. So that's the A for adversity. That's the adverse event. The next B is your beliefs about that. Well, boy, did I ever have some beliefs about that. The first thing, it's what you make the event mean. It's the story you create about it. So the first thing I thought was, well, this shouldn't happen to me. I've already been through too much. I'd been crashed into before the accident, and I spent 3 months rehabbing my body so I could get to this place, and now this happens. And that thief was probably in cahoots with the person I was bargaining with, and they were working together, and the whole city is filled with thieves and thugs, and this is a lousy, rotten place, and on and on and on. So the C stands for consequences. The consequences are always emotional, they're always disempowering, and usually rather dramatic. So, you know, the consequences of that story is that I was really angry, and I was really sad. I was so upset. I had over 300 pictures on that camera, and they were gone. And then when you look at consequences, you want to not only look at what are the consequences for me of hanging on to this story, but what are the consequences for those around me? What would be the impact on my friends and colleagues if I had stayed in that place and gone to the goodbye dinner that night? I mean, nobody would have wanted to sit by me. So I had to look at that. D stands for disputation, where you dispute your story. It means that you create a new perception about the event, an empowering one. So immediately I could look back and the first thing I could see is, oh my Lord, it's a camera, for heaven's sakes. It's a thing. So what? Something gets lost. I didn't get hurt. And I had a terrific fear of getting hurt in Vietnam because I'd already been in this accident. And you have to know there are 6 million people on motor scooters in Hanoi alone, and there are no traffic rules. So they're all, you know, you take your life in your hands when you step into the street, and you're told to just keep going and let them go around you. You know, it's terrifying, terrifying. So I didn't get hurt. And the trip had been really wonderful. So the new perception was, so what? You know, it was just a camera, I'm fine, and then you want to energize a new vision. So from there, I could energize my vision for completing the trip, for having a wonderful dinner, for having a great trip back home, and really be grateful and appreciative for everything that did happen that was so wonderful on that trip, wonderful memories. And I had writing opportunities after that, and I had more speaking opportunities. It was just fabulous. And I love to remember when I talk about energizing a vision for the future, Helen Keller said the most wonderful thing. Helen Keller said, the only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision. And then there's a quote from Proverbs I love, without a vision, the people perish. You can see that, can't you? I mean, we're in the dumps if we don't have a vision for, you know, a bright tomorrow or a bright something in our lives. And we get to say, we get to generate that.